We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And off we go from New Era Field. This will be taken short. And now running right through it. An excellent field position here as this drive will start on the other side of the 50-yard line. The Bills offense ready to go here on 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Taylor. And right away, he lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz.
And his first carry, he loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first two possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, Colton Schmidt to punt it away. With it is Jackson. Oh, nice move. And he is knocked down from the side at the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. LaDainian Tomlinson, 76 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bills getting set to go. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down following the run. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Steps away to his left. And he's got some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided to pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. His pass caught at the 4. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. When you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You've got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
3rd and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. He may try and run for this. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They're running. Tomlinson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. LaDainian Tomlinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Andre Holmes. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half.
Here we go. 38.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Taylor going to try and hurry him to the line. On 2nd down, Taylor. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. On 2nd down, it's Tomlinson. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said,
well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Third quarter starts with a run from LaDainian Tomlinson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They run with LT. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back now in Buffalo. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shreds the tackle. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he finds his target. It's sharp. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So that does it. Put this one in the books. A successful Madden Ultimate Team Solo Challenge. See you next time. Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through. Pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football...
3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Here we go now. Boom,
Now they'll throw with Kessler. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Here's Kessler to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Graham in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Parkey's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Or does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
That could not have been timed out any better, and that's exactly what receivers want. The ball in their hands as quick as possible allows them to catch it at full speed and take off and go. And how about the end result there? Big-time run after catch yardage. That rack yardage is so valuable for any offense.
And this one looks good. It is good. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. That one goes for 36 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it again with Crowell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Jackson. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Lucky 56.
A first down throw for Kessler. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time. Third down here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. They'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And now look at him go. The 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field and following the pick six. And they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high...
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Again, it's Tomlinson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. All right, nice job. I believe that is challenge met. In Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. First carry for the 5-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Play clock winding down. They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. And still fighting. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 25 yards to pick up there and also a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And now running right through it. And he gets it down to the 32. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. From the gun, Mariota being chased out left. Boy, fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tomlinson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. LaDainian Tomlinson taking it in. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Quick slant. That's caught by the veteran Macklin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the 50, it's Smith. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. Smith on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's 3rd down now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another 1st down. From the red zone now, Smith. The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. Well, at least they won't take a goose egg into intermission as they do carve out 3 points here in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the greatest of first halves. They've looked out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But a field goal here at least gives them some momentum as we tick down toward halftime.
And they'll run with LT to begin the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Final play of the half here. Mariota forced out to his left. Oh, good move. First half in an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
On the ground, this is Ware. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, and make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And not great starting field position here for the offense. And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. Evades him at the 20. And he's into the clear. The 40, 30, 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. LaDainian Tomlinson, 96 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And it's going to make our score 15-3. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Tyreek Hill on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Time running out here on the play clock. Now Mariota. Flushed out right. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him.
Fresh set of downs here. Now Tomlinson on the handoff. And we'll get a couple here down to the 22. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now Mariota on fourth down. And Eifert has it. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And now here comes Kansas City. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure.
Ware gets hit and the ball is loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. To throw on second down is Smith. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Brandon Graham. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long, it's Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Now a play fake here on first down. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On second down, here's Smith. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 47 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. The tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. On the handoff, Tomlinson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. LaDainian Tomlinson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And he knocks it through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And he loses the football a second time. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And Denver getting set to take the field.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Nice job. Congratulations. Defeating the Madden Ultimate Team solo challenge. And now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. Now, Dion Lewis to return. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. The Patriot offense set to go as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Champ Bailey. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Brandon Graham with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Tomlinson, and an alley to run. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Buying time to his left. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. Back alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's on 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
To the air again, Mariota. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Dancing to his left. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. LaDainian Tomlinson as time expires in the 1st half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own? or maybe the analytics coach got involved. And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in and there on the final play of the first half. This is taken near the 13. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And the play clock's running down. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Play clock winding down. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back them up 5. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And the play clock's running down. First down, Mariota. Being chased out left. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So 2nd and 10 here. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Just keeping the play alive. And shedding through the tackle. Still churning. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Mariota escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Working out of the gun, Mariota forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break in the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll look for the first with Tomlinson. He gets away from one. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll sneak it with Mariota. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. The Patriots pick up the 1st down. Brady to Amendola. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores.
And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Gets through, and now an opening. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the pistol, Tomlinson. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Mariota with a knee to the ground, and that should be it. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment.